Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So my name is Cholarak if you're seeing my channel for the first time, and if you're my returning subscriber, you're also welcome. So guys, today we are doing the continuation of the pattern drafting that we have drafted before on the previous video, right? So if you're yet to see the pattern drafting, click on the link on the screen or the link down below on the description box. Go and get your pattern ready. Then you come back here because here is the sewing tutorial. Okay, we are going to be cutting and then stitch it here. Okay, so if you have your pattern drafted already, so get your fabric and let's get starting. So on the table I have my pattern that I have drafted already, as you can see. So this is my back pattern. Okay, on the other part is my front pattern. Okay, so this is the fabric I'm going to be using, and the amount of the fabric you will need is 2.5 inches. Sorry, did I say 2.5 inches? 2.5 yard. Okay, it's 2.5 yard of ankara that I use. So if you're on a bigger size, I will advise you should do like about 3 yards to be on the safe side. You may not end up using it all, but just to be on the safe side. Okay, also indicate here for you to know that you need to add 0.5 inch allowance on all sides, and then on the sleeve part you need to add 10 inches to this part. Okay, so the reason why I say 10 inches, it depends. Okay, if you want your sleeve to be extremely long, add more than 10 inches. At this point is your choice, so it's not obligation that it must be 10 inches. Okay, so here is the front part. I'm also indicate to you to know that you need to add 0.5 inch on all those parts. Okay, those parts you see that I wrote down. Okay, I labeled the add 0.5 inch sewing allowance. You need to follow the instruction so you will not go and make something that is not your size. Okay, so yeah, that is it. The next thing now, we need to start by cutting it on our fabric. Okay, so I have gone ahead to cut some pieces that also fit in with my pattern, just like you see the way I spread it. Okay, so you're going to doing the same thing. You arrange your pattern on your fabric. Make sure your fabric is being placed on fold. Okay, so make sure it's being placed on fold, and then you are going to start cutting them just the way you see me doing. Okay, so on this part here, I've already added my joining allowance while I was drafting. Why the other part that was not able to add my joining allowance is because there was no space to add the joining allowance while I was drafting. So yeah, the part that was opportune to add the joining allowance is the part that I'm cutting right now. Okay, so I'm taking my time here for you to see exactly what I'm doing, but the next step you're going to see is going to be fast forwarded, so that we'll not just stuck here on cutting on the fabric. Okay, so we can go to the main part of joining the pieces together. Okay, yeah.
Long as you got your eyes, got your trippy on them private jets, taking trips. Come back at 6, wake me and your child, and then won't lay today. Make me wonder who you might have been playing with. Makes me wonder who you think you're playing with. I'm gonna tell myself to keep playing this record back over and over again. Swear that you changed, but I noticed the end. On you on scene.
So guys, I'm done with the front, so now I'm going to be working with the back. So I noticed while I was cutting the front pattern, the pattern was not stable. So I will advise you to either you pin it or you masking tape it down to your fabric so that you can be able to work with it freely. Okay, so yeah, that is what I'm doing. So the next thing now, once I'm done with this, I'm going to start by adding my the joining allowance and the extension that was needed to add to the sleeves. Okay guys, so here I'm trying to add the allowances that I need to add to my sleeves. So at this point, you have the opportunity to determine how long you want your sleeves to be. It can only be longer, it can be shorter, because if it's shorter, you won't be able to tie it together. It's best to be longer than it's short. So I'm adding joining allowance to the second of my back piece. This is third one. So this is the third back piece. So I'm also adding to the second piece, which is the one that connects with the sleeves, right? So I'm going to do this. Once I'm done, I'm going to start by cutting all my pieces so we can start.
I don't think you'll ever change your way. 'Cause our house is not a home where no one's there. So alone, no one's there. Should I move on since no one's here? Hey, you know what you got is good, that's why you refuse to let me walk out your life. You refuse to match up with my vibe. Keep wasting my time, keep wasting my time.
So once I'm done cutting it, I need to separate the front and the back. And also remember to indicate your back piece and your main lining. So this is my back piece and the lining. And also here is my front piece. So the front piece is here, and also remember you are cutting both the back and the front. You're cutting it, every piece is 4/4, because you're getting your lining and your main piece, right? So this is my main piece. I've already gone ahead to pin it off camera. Don't worry, I will show you how I do that in a minute. So yeah, make sure you arrange it proper, you didn't miss out any pieces together. So right now, this is the lining for my front. I will show you how I do that. So I'm arranging it so that I can be able to start pinning them. So we have front panel 1, panel 2, panel 3. So yeah, this is panel 2. So I still need to arrange the second one to the side because it's side by side, right? So yeah, that is the panel 3 and also the panel 3 for the other side. So right now I have done arranging everything. So the next thing now, I'm going to show you how to pick it up just the way I did. Make sure the wrong side of your fabric is facing up and the right side of your fabric is facing down. So by doing that, just the way I picked the fabric, so that is how you're going to pick your fabric and you're going to pin it like so. So guys, I have done pin it. So this is how it's looking like right now. My main piece and my lining. So if you follow the step like I showed, you should supposed to have your two lining, your front piece and your lining looking like this. Your front piece, the main piece and the lining, looking like this. So the next thing now, I will go to my sewing machine and then we're going to start by joining them. So the same thing I did for the front, the same thing I'm also going to do for the back. So here is my back piece. I've already gone ahead to arrange this. It's 3/3. You're going to have the lining also the same things like this. So the this is going to be the where the zip is going to be. So yeah, as it is like this, I'm also going to go ahead to pin it down like I did for the front. The same thing I did for the front, the same thing I'm also going to do for the back. So I'm done joining or pinning. Now the next we're going to the sewing machine. So on my sewing table now, I'm going to start by joining the back piece. So I'm going to start joining with that 0.5-inch allowance that we added while we were drafting on our pattern, and also while I was cutting it on the main fabric. Okay, remember I add 0.5 inch allowance. So that is the same thing you're going to do. Please don't forget this, okay, so that you will have your, you will not sew with your uh, allowance or with your measurement. Okay, yeah, so right now we're going to start by joining in with 0.5 inch allowance. So guys, the back is ready. I have joined all the lining and the main piece for the back. So this is the front piece. We're going to start by joining it, okay? So please pay attention if there is anything you're finding difficult, all right? If the video is too fast, you have the option to replay it to the normal play so that you can be able to see everything exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so what I'm doing here indicates here that you're going to join it with 0.5 inch allowance, and you have to be sewing it from those parts that we pin. Okay, you can start from anywhere. All right, so I'm going to be joining my front piece, the lining and the main piece. Okay, so guys, I'm done joining the front piece, the lining and the main piece. So now I'm going to go and iron. So I'm on my ironing table now. I'm going to start by iron, but before you do that, make sure you make a notch all the parts that you join, okay, so that when you're ironing them you get to lay flat. All right, so I've done iron all my piece. So the next thing, I'm going to place the right side facing the right side. So now I'm working on my front piece, so the lining and the main piece together. So I'm just pinning the lower part because I just want to have everything lay accurate. So yeah, before you start joining in, make sure you pin the lower part together so that you'll be sure that everything aligned together, or one side is not bigger than one side. If you notice that, you can easily trim it off. Okay, so yeah, that is the reason why I'm doing this pin. If not, normally where I need to stitch is by the side and the neck part and also the sleeves. Okay, but here I just want to be sure that having everything accurate, all the pieces are accurate. Okay, so guys, once I'm done, I'm going to head back to my sewing machine. I'm going to join it like so. Okay, join it all the way to the sleeves, and also the same thing I'm going to do for the other side. I'm going to join it all the way to the sleeves. Okay, arrange it proper, and then you head back to your sewing machine to join it. So that is what I'm going to do. Okay, all this part I'm going to stitch it down, and all this part I'm going to stitch it down, but the bottom part is going to left open. Okay, so the same thing goes to the back. I've joined it there with 0.5 inch allowance, also to the sleeves with all the pieces. That is what I'm going to do. So I've done joining all my piece together. So I do that off camera. Okay, so yeah, now I have a total of 3 pieces of my blouse. Okay, so the front and the back piece. The back piece is 2 pieces. So why it's two is because we need to separate them for zip. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I'm making a notch. Also trim off the excess that shoot out here, all the wanted part here. I need to trim them off. So make sure you make a notch so that when you turn them out, turn them to the right side, it's going to lay flat. Okay, yeah, trim off all this rough edge that you're seeing. Also make sure you trim them off. Okay, yeah. So next I'm going to get my I forgot the name of this thing that I'm using. I'm going to use it to turn out my pieces to the right side. Okay, so this is what I'm using. I'm going to pass it through like so. Okay, I'm going to pass it through like that, and then I'm going to hook it on that edges like that. Okay, I don't know if you can see it proper. I'm going to zoom it so you can see. So you're going to pass it through there like so. Be careful so that you not rip out your 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 fabric. Okay, so you need to be gentle about it while you're working on this part. Okay, and then again to pull it all the way out to the right side. All right, so the same thing I did here, I'm also going to repeat it for the other of the sleeves. Okay, I'm not fast forwarding it here so that you can be able to understand exactly what I did. All right, in case if you're a beginner, you are going to be wondering how is this thing going to come out. Yeah, this is how it's going to come out. Okay, yeah, it's out now to the right side. So this is how it's looking like now. Okay, so you're going to arrange it proper, and then you get you also once you're done arranging it, you are going to iron it as well. So what you did for the front like so, you're also going to repeat it for the back piece. Okay, so yeah. So guys, I have done iron my front piece and my back piece. So I'm indicating the part where I'm going to stitch 1 inch. Okay, make sure you take your body measurement, your bust measurement, and your waist measurement. Any allowances that remain from there, then use it to stitch down your front and your back piece together. Okay, so once I'm done, I'm going to head back to my to my sewing machine to join it with these allowances that I marked. Okay, so I have done join it off camera. So right now I'm ironing it to give it a good finishing. Like, make sure you iron. Okay, at this point you need to iron your clothes so that your clothes will look nice. If you iron your clothes, you yourself, you even enjoy the fact that you look clean. Okay, so now I'm going to take the width of this the dress. Yeah, I need to take the measurement from the bottom part so that I can know how many inches or the length I need to cut out for my ruffles. Okay, so I have a total of 31 inches. So now it determines how long you want your ruffle, how full you want your ruffle to be. I have here a total of 113 width and 6 inches length. Okay, so it depends how long you want it to be, and also it depends how full you want it to be. I want mine to be exactly 6 inches and 6.5 inches, sorry, by 113, because I'm going to be using 0.5 inch to fold in the lower part of this ruffle, and also 0.5 to join it back to my main piece. So I've gone ahead to make a loose stitch, like a loose stitch. So I've already make the gather for my pieces. So the next thing now, I'm going to join it. So before I will join it, I need to indicate the midpoint of this ruffle so that I can have everything lay in equally. Okay, so this is what I'm doing. I'm marking it here so that I can have everything lay equally. Okay, so I hope you're understanding my explanation. If you do, do give this video a thumbs up. Okay, so right now I'm placing the midpoint of this ruffle to the midpoint of my dress, like so, okay, to my blouse. So I'm going to be pinning it down like you see me doing. Make sure I arrange it proper, and I'm going to pin it. Okay, so I'm going to pin it all around, then we can go back to the sewing machine to join it back together. All right. So guys, almost done with the pin. So I'm trying to be sure that nothing is shooting out so that I can head to my sewing machine now to join it. Okay, so let's go. So on my sewing table now, I'm going to start by joining with 0.5-inch allowance. Okay, so this is something that you need to take your time while you're working on it. Okay, don't rush it, because when it comes to stitching a ruffle to a dress, it actually takes some quiet time, and also if you're not careful enough, it will not come out proper. Okay, so yeah, take your time while you're working on your ruffles. Okay, so we are coming to the end of this tutorial. I want to say a very big thank you if you're still watching to this very moment. Thank you so much, and give the video a thumbs up if you learned something new from this channel today. And if you're yet to subscribe to my channel, kindly do so. And don't forget to turn on your post notification, okay, so that you will not miss out on any other tutorial that will drop. Okay, so I'm done stitching my ruffle to my dress. So now I'm going to be stitching or add my zip to the back. Okay, I'm adding zip now to the dress. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sticking around. Help me share this video with your soulmate. And yeah, leave your comment below and let me know what you think. If this tutorial was easier or it was difficult, or if you find anything that you don't understand, leave your comment below, or you can still rewatch the video so that you will understand exactly what I did, so you can get your dress or your blouse done in no time. Okay, yeah. Okay, so basically that is it for this tutorial today.